Buckos, everybody, and welcome to my top 5 games I've played in 2022. Like always, not all these games are new. These are just games I've played and my personal opinions. And boy, there was a lot of games that I played this year that are great, and there were so many to keep up with that I couldn't even name what my favorite is. But out of all the games that came out and out of all the games that I played, these are my top 5. So, without further ado, let's get started. Like always, we're going to start off with my most disappointing / worst games of 2022. One of the most disappointing games I've played is one I actually don't have anymore. I traded in, and that's because it was just pretty vanilla, and I didn't play all that often. And that was, it was Super Mario Strikers, the new Super Mario Strikers. I played it for a little bit, and there wasn't really much to it. It was kind of disappointing because outside of the main gameplay, there's no challenge modes, no quirks to the normal gameplay, and there weren't that many characters to play as. Like, I know that they added more characters as in DLC, but it's a practice I've really come to hate. This whole release a game and then we'll add more content free in the future to basically patch this half-baked thing that we made. It's a practice I've grown to hate and a reason why I have it as one of my disappointing games of the year. My other disappointing game of 2022 is one that it pains me despite how much stuff I saw for it and how much love I've got for this franchise. I even chilled out and paid for the super duper fancy version of this game, and it's got a great addition. It's just the game as a whole, it doesn't save the excuse, and that was Saints Row 2022. This game, there's nothing really that funny about the game. There's nothing too over the top either. The story is just vanilla. I haven't even finished the game, and that's, granted, that doesn't say much for me, but it's one that I have no rush to get back into, and one I kind of regret shilling out the super version for, because even though, despite how cool the art and everything else that comes with it is, it was kind of a waste of money. Something I want to try new is also honorable mentions. So both of these came actually, funny enough, from basically from THQ as well. So my first honorable mention has got to be Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, the remake of Destroy All Humans 2. These games never cease to have me laughing. These games are fun, they're funny, a great throwback to the 60s and older games of the early to mid 2000s. It's what I love about gaming that I grew up playing, and it's just fun. And another game that's in my honorable mentions that is also fun, and one I've kind of honestly thrown on every now and then to kill some time, that is entertaining, though difficult where I'm at right now, is Maneater. It's a weird game, playing as a shark, and it honestly takes what those mobile game tropes that they have of just playing as a shark eating stuff to a whole new level, makes a whole RPG out of it, weirdly enough, and it's mindless, numbless fun, and honestly, I'd be lying if I didn't say I had fun with this game. Number 5. Okay, now we're getting into my top 5 games. And the first one I have to say that is on this list has got to be The Order 1886. Yes, I know, this game came out a long time ago. I never played it, but boy, the style of this game, the gothic Victorian essence of this game made me want to play it. And though the campaign is short and some of the characters are kind of subpar, this universe that they create in The Order 1886 is just, it drips and oozes style. And I love the atmosphere and the universe that they create for these characters. And I honestly wish there was a sequel. It had me wishing for another game, a game that we will never get. But boy, this game I actually really enjoyed. Number 4. My number 4 favorite game of this year has got to be Guardians of the Galaxy. And I know this one's a little old too. I'm kind of late to get in some of these games, but this game was great. And I don't mean that lightly. This game was absolutely great. Especially on PS5. This was one of the first PS5 games I played, and it really shows off the console, surprisingly. I didn't really expect it to be. It was great. It was great. I actually finished this game, and I honestly went back to play for a second time. This game really blew my expectations and is one that I think everybody who loves comics and loves video games should really check out. Number 3. My third favorite game of 2022 has got to be Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I loved the Ratchet & Clank games. I grew up playing the Ratchet & Clank games. I've not played every single one. This is the sequel, I think, to the remake of the first game on the PS4. But this game is great. The gunplay, the platforming, the winks and nods to other PlayStation platformer characters are great. It has a great story, great new characters in Rivet. Once again, it takes me back to being a kid and why I love playing video games. This one had to be on my list, and sure enough, here it is at the number 3 spot. Number 2. The second game I have on my top 2022 list has got to be a true throwback, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I love the Ninja Turtles, and I love old school games. And this, man, boy, does it take me back to couch co-op days. I love the pixel sprites. I love the music. I love the turtles. I love all the references they make to a lot of other characters and things within the TV shows, the comics, the movies, everything. This is a true love letter to Ninja Turtles, a true love letter to old school beat-em-ups, a true love letter to couch co-op that I miss dearly. And man, does this deliver everything I wanted in a game like this. Number 1. My number 1 game of 2022 has got to be hands down Persona 5. And not just Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal. I bought it for the Xbox this year, and some of you might be saying that's kind of cheating, although it is kind of a new release for those that don't have a PS4. So this is your first time getting to play Persona 5. And not only did I do this, but the main reason why I am making it my number 1 is because I do something I never do. I bought a third copy of this game for the Switch. This makes copy number 3. And it's this version that brings it to my number 1 because it allows me to get to play it anywhere. And because I've gotten to play it in many different locations around the house and in other places, I finally have gotten to spend time with this game that I've never gotten to do for years. And because I got it on the Switch, I got to sit down or bring it on the go and finally delve into this game, and I'm so glad I bought this for the Switch because I get it now. This game oozes cool. It's got like a Eastern jazz sort of style to it. I love the characters. I love what you can do outside of class. I love the RPG-ness of all the palaces. I get it. And it's because of this game that I pre-ordered 3 and 4 for the Switch for this month, and I'm contemplating on getting it for the Xbox as well. So, because I got it on Switch, because I've gotten the opportunity to play it on the Switch, on the go, wherever I want, and finally fall in love with this game, this makes it my number 1 game of 2022. So, that being said, those are my top 5 for this year. And granted, I know some of the games aren't new. I don't get to play every game every year. And these are just the ones that really have stuck out for me. So, that being said, what do you guys think? What are your top 5 of this year? Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment below what are your top 5s, and most importantly, thank you for stopping by, hanging out with me, and just being here for me. It is something I always appreciate. Be sure to check out my top 5 movies of 2022 and the vlog I just recently put up as well. Content is coming, and this is proof of that. So be sure to stay tuned. I'm going to revamp the channel, and I just am so thankful for you guys. Thank you for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.